Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. As always, I am your host, Josh Lillquist. Today is Monday the 6th. We are in the pre-market. It is about 8:17 in the a.m. Central Time Zone where I got it. We have about 13 minutes until the open. And what we're going to do here today is a pre-market update. We had obviously a nice volatile week last week with the markets, especially the stock market. You had, especially on Friday, we'll say, the markets shot straight up. And we are seeing a gap up on the pre-market action as well. So that's probably what we're going to see as the markets open up here. So we'll do a market update on stocks and major market indexes. We will get into our ETFs and see if there's any major movers for the day. Oil is popping off our demand zone, which is pretty interesting because the news that came out this morning said something about oil surging, which is great because it just supply and demand shows that it works and it's a valid strategy. And the nice thing about the news is it just speeds up what the market was going to do anyway. So we'll get into that. We will check our crypto market, our currency market, which is our spot forex market, and then round it out with some stocks. So as we know, there is risk in trading and investing. You can and will lose money at one point in your life. This is strictly for entertainment. Oh boy, 4 shows in a row. I cannot say entertainment purposes only. Mainly mine, but hopefully you find it entertaining as well. Let's get into our S&P 500. We will look at the SPY. Currently, market is closed at 511.29. Market looks to gap up to about 513.55, so the market is resilient as far as the S&P 500, nearing all-time highs once again. But I do like a demand zone, a supply zone around the 515 to the 519 area. So look for there to be some selling pressure there. I do like that area, but market has just been so strong and on a tear lately. There's a high possibility and high probability that it would just shoot straight through there, but it is a valid supply zone on a daily chart. That is your S&P 500 daily update. You got your Dow Jones currently closed at 386.77. Same story, gapping up to about 388.20. And we do have a couple supply zones overhead. I'm going to look at the 4-hour chart right now. We're actually right at it right now. And we have it about 386 to 388 supplies on a rally-based drop. So look for that to be a potential area for selling pressure. Not as good looking on a daily chart, but it is there. A little bit higher, actually. So, but I do like that supply zone on a 4-hour chart. That's your Dow Jones Industrial Average, QQQ, which is your NASDAQ, currently closed at 435.48. Same story, gapping up to 437 even as we speak right meow. But this one doesn't necessarily have any supply or demand zones. What's pretty cool is we had a supply zone that we had mapped out a while back, and we've seen a about a 3.5 to 1 out of that supply zone on a 4-hour chart. So that looked really good. We called that a couple weeks ago. Actually, probably about a couple weeks ago. Check the archives on that one. Other than that, no major supply or demand zones near current price because we're so volatile on the NASDAQ. And the Russell, same story, currently closed at 201.90. Looking to open right around in about 9 minutes at 203.33. You kind of have a sloppy supply zone up at 205 to 207. Maybe an area for taking profits. Might see some selling pressure there, but it is there, just not a real clean, strong one there. So we do have some overhead supply in most markets here, except for the NASDAQ, which could bring some selling pressure into the market as we see a gap up here today on Monday the 6th. All right, so other notables on other ETFs. Energy is going to be gapping up to about 93.14. Financials going to be gapping up to 40.83. Same story with healthcare, 141.15. Have industrials looking to gap up to 123.25. Consumer staples, same story, gapping up. Everything is looking to gap up today. Utilities the same. Materials the same. Mining same. So everything is gapping up, especially silver. Interesting that silver is gapping up bigly. Going to be gapping up to almost $25 per share. And this I'm looking at the ETF right now. The market is actually open right now, but the ETF trades the stock market hours. So that one is currently going to be looking to gap up to $24.95. That's good for us silver holders. And gold, let's look at that one. Same story. That one's also gapping up too. So which is correlated with the stock market today. And that's kind of been the story with gold and silver. It hasn't really been that safe haven or the inverse correlation of the stock market. So that's your major ETF and index market update. As I mentioned, oil is surging off of our quote-unquote surging from Market Watch off the demand zone, but the ETF USO is going to be gapping up to 75.60. Spot price. Now we already talked about gold and silver. All right, let's look at our crypto market. Bitcoin currently at 63,671, down on the day almost a percent, 0.75%. Ethereum is down 1.2%. Our favorite mobile is down 2.2%, and HNT is down 1.15%. So that's your crypto market update. Not a whole lot to speak about other than Solana being up 3.8%. That's also good for HNT and mobile since that's on the Solana blockchain. The dollar closed at 104, or actually currently at 104.92. Euro dollar in a short bias, did not reach our entry point. We are in no man's land right now. Pound dollar, not quite to our sell limit as well. And same story with the Aussie dollar, not quite to our sell limit, but we might get there one of these days. New Zealand dollar has a bullish bias. Did not read, just missed our buy down back on the 1st of May. That's your currency market update. As far as stocks, let's look at some stocks then as far as what they're going to be doing. NVIDIA, so the major markets are gapping up, but NVIDIA is barely going to be gapping up about 50 cents or so, no big deal. Apple was up 6% on Friday. Big jump on Apple earnings on Friday. And dropped down from the open, but they also have dividends coming up here on the 16th. But Apple had good earnings and looking to gap down on the day. So that's pretty interesting. Meta gapping up on the day. Carvana's been a hot stock. Slight gap up on the day, but big jump over the last few days as well. Other than that, Netflix was up 2.5% on Friday and opening up right around the open. Coinbase has been struggling for the last couple of weeks here. It was down almost 2.5%, gapping up on the day here on Monday. Dick's Sporting Goods was up on Friday, but looking to not showing a pre-market. TKO currently at $98.40. So this one are gapping up to there. This one here has been on a surge from the end of November after that big drop in TKO, which is formerly known as WWE. Affirm, we did some options on that a while back, looking really good. And Shopify also. Earnings are, I believe, on Wednesday here today, or this week. So we had an opportunity for options. Just it showed a little too much risk with earnings coming up. These stocks, even though it's 17% away as of right now from a strike price that we looked at, it's just not worth the risk getting into these markets before earnings, even if they're giving you some good volatility and some good premium. It's just not worth the risk unless you really, really, really want to own that stock. So that, my friends, is your stock market update, crypto market, spot forex market, and commodity market of the day. Today is May 6th. We do appreciate our subscribers and our followers on the podcast. We're going to make this the #1 global podcast for the financial markets on Earth. So we appreciate those followers, subscribers. That's on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts, investing and trading live. As always, collect your profits when they're given to you and protect your losses, keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.